All right, Bruzins. Propane. So, we got a whole smorgasbord of fucking tomfoolery over here, man. This is a whole day's worth of caloric intake in one small slice.
Of trash plate.
Andre, tell them what it is. What am I eating right now?
Mashed potato base, onions, dash of tomatoes, butcher boy, props.
For the meats.
Sirloin barbecue steak and chicken.
Where did the sauce come from?
Sauce came from Gloucester.
Tell a little more about that. How?
I don't know. I'd leave it not to the drowner. Hold on, I need to stuff my face.
You weren't supposed to mention that one. We're gonna edit that part out. So let's go back to the question, and I'll edit it back together. Where did the sauce come from?
Josh of Gloucester.
Who's Josh from Gloucester? How do we meet him? When did we meet him?
Josh of Gloucester is the sauce king.
Okay, you're right. He is. Definitely is. You haven't even tried the honey buffalo. Trust me, he is.
Recovered via valiant efforts. From
how did we meet him?
Pickled onion.
Where is that?
Beverly Strip, Broadway.
Rantoul Street?
Rantoul.
And it's what, a bar? How would you describe the pickled onion if no one's ever heard of it?
I mean, you can only call it a bar if you manage to get a drink from it.
Well, we couldn't. So how do we know?
Exactly.
We tried. We were tragically underfunded.
It was a sitting place.
But it is a bar, though, perpetually. How do we meet Josh from Gloucester?
So Josh from Gloucester is a secondary encounter from.
What was the?
What
was the first guy's name? I don't even remember.
Insignificant.
Well, it's kind of significant, but it's not that significant, though. You're right. We were walking down the strip, right? And we met this dude. When we were walking to this bar, we didn't even get to the bar. Homie was smoking a cigarette. He called us out. We were free flowing past him, and he was like,
recruiting.
I'm usually that dude that's recruiting mercenaries. So is Big Dog Dre right here. But today we were being the other day we were being like passive, like no recruiting tonight. We're already vibing. We don't even need the psilocybin. We're just walking down the hall with a little bit of alcohol. And that's all it was. And Duke comes out of line and he's like, "Oh, yo, you guys look like you're free flowing right now." And then I did a double take.
You like you have a job.
As soon as he called out what actually was happening, I was like, dude, I can't deny reality math. When I see it, I'm calculating calculus all the time. So I stopped and said to him, "Yes, sir, you are correct. We are free flowing right now. What is your name?" He was hammered. He was drunk. He got a job by accident, almost. And then reality took over again. What happened after? How did we transfer from one homie to another, Andre? Do you remember?
One homie said that the other one's.
No, you're missing. You're jumping too far ahead. So we meet drunk homie number 1.
Yep, and then we meet Josh number 2.
Yeah, but you're literally. You have to tell what happened. Okay, I'll tell it.
Okay.
So we met drunk homie number 1, who was the dude who was like, "Oh, you guys look like you're flowing freely," and I was like, "Yes, yeah, you're right. Okay, I respect you now. I'll entertain you. Speak to me, dog." And he spoke to me, dog. And he spoke to Andre too. Andre gave him his business card. Almost got him a job. Then we walk over to the bar with this dude. The dude already said to us, "My friend's waiting for me back at this bar. I gotta go find my friend." So we go to find his friend with him. And we find his friend before we even get to the bar. And he's like, dude, what the fuck? I have kids at home. I gotta get home. And like, I resonated with that because I trusted him that he had kids. So I'm like, dude, that's kind of fucked up. Like, how you gonna... Basically, the dude who was waiting at the bar for the dude that we just met 5 minutes beforehand, the dude who we met first was the more drunker one who had the car, who was supposed to drive homie back to Gloucester from Beverly. And I'm already like, dude, this kid can't drive. I hope... I mean, knock on wood, there's a table right here that's made out of wood. Hope that dude's alive. Honestly, we never got a follow through. But I instantly bonded with the second guy who was like, this asshole is keeping me here. I have kids to feed. Got to get home to feed my kids. Got to get home to be there for my kids. And
We did nothing short of that.
Literally, the homie that we had just met, he was so hammered. He was trying to like wink, wink, nudge, nudge me into like basically bullshitting his friend. Like he wanted to take us inside this bar, buy us a pitcher of beer, and drink. And I'm an alcoholic, and I was almost out of beer or alcohol. So I was like, kind of like, I have to just fight to do what's actually right here. And I fought and did what's actually right there. And we didn't tell this dude to go fuck himself. We just let him walk into the bar. And the new guy that we had just met, he was like, dude, I'm stranded here now. This fucking drunk fuck won't even leave the bar, let alone how hammered he is. Andre's like, I'll drive you home.
But first, we're going to take you on a journey.
Well, that's not,
warehouse.
you didn't say that. That wasn't the initial plan. But then you forgot your wallet there, so we had to. I'll let you take the story from here, Andre.
After a vast exploration of the metal warehouse, or the sanctuary of steel, if you would.
The Sanctuary of Sound?
Or steel.
I got the
Or
best
sound.
musical therapy of my life, so I'm just going to call it the Sanctuary of Sound. It was a sound garden, if you will.
Soundgarden. Oh. After the
Rest in
Soundgarden.
peace, Chris Cornell. This is fucking
Yeah.
delicious, by the way.
Yeah. Digging this?
Digging it.
I need a scoop.
Scoop. Scoop.
Scoops. Nothing like adding more steak to steak.
Facts. So what happened when we got in the car with Homie Doug?
Well, I was more focused on the driving.
I don't think you were. I think you were more focused on everything but that. I already told them what, like, I gave them a quick text explanation of, like, the divine intervention. They already know about that, so you don't have to beat around the bush with that. But I'm going to tell you, the last thing you actually were focused on was the road. I mean, dude, Josh will vouch for that.
Wow.
If that is you when you're focused, I don't want to see you when you're not focused. I'd be dead.
Okay, so that's podcast number 1. That's 7 minutes, Mark.
Oh, shit.
Okay.